Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat on the way in. Hopefully, y'all were able to check out the link in the description from Jimmy Dore's channel, right? Which I titled this video "quote unquote progressive versus progressive?" question mark, right? So this was a very interesting debate. Very interesting debate. Um, I just want to go through a couple of points real quick. Like I said, like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. But wow. All right, Jimmy Dore. Um, Jimmy Dore was being looked over to be a third party candidate at one point. Those people dropped Jimmy Dore for Cornel West. Oops. Um, just want to put that out there. Let's put that there. Um, this was very interesting. This was a very interesting back and forth. Um, Jimmy Dore did his best Ben Shapiro impersonation and trying to fast talk Dr. West. I found that interesting. Um, Jimmy Dore was getting at Dr. West from the beginning, right? Jimmy Dore was getting at, Jimmy Dore has been, in my estimation. So, you know, Mr. Z, I've been following Jimmy Dore for a while. When he was on TYT, and before he went cut independent, before COVID-19, I was been following and listening to Jimmy Dore, and once again, this is just not sitting right with my spirit, right? Once again, something not right, and you just slowly, you don't have, it's not a complete conscious thought sometimes. You're just like, right? You just slowly stop listening to the person more and more. You may not even unsubscribe. You just check out their videos maybe sparingly now. You used to listen to just about everything. Now it's like less and less so, right? And then eventually they do or say something and you're like, ah, there we go, right? You couldn't put your finger on it, but now it's like, oh, okay, there we go. There we go. I didn't know. I didn't have anything, just there you go. And for me, that's kind of where I was with Jimmy Dore, so what you saw is on one end when COVID-19 happened, first, let's do one better. When Donald Trump was elected, on one end was the Rachel Maddows of the left that would completely bonkers and lost her crap, right? And engage in conspiracy theory going in one direction. And with COVID-19, you saw the Jimmy Dores, right, break and go in a different direction. So I see Jimmy Dore as one of these disillusioned, disaffected former Bernie bros who starts to play footsie with the right. Now, y'all already know Mr. Z is a lefty, but I don't chastise anyone necessarily for, their politics, even the brothers on the political right, So if Jimmy Dore wants to, slowly start trending to the right, that's okay. But he can't actually come out and say it, can he? Because then he will lose much of what makes him who he is. What Jimmy Dore is the supposed lefty that does a whole lot of whispering, conservative kind of talking points, right? That's Jimmy Dore's whole shtick. To be the quote unquote progressive that conservatives can have a beer with, right? The quote unquote sensible progressive. Isn't that what Tim Pool said? I listen to progressive like Jimmy Dore. Right? Thank you, Broken Blade, trying to put words in Dr. West's mouth. We're going to go through it. We're going to go through it. So Jimmy Dore was very insulting, in my estimation, right? He kept on implying or just straight up saying that Dr. West's quote unquote advisors were giving him bad advice. And Dr. West had to keep on saying, like, this is not a cold Machiavellian calculation. This is not me playing, playing the race card, making a very cold, calculated decision to play the race card. This is not that, right? It's very actually insulting to say something like that to Dr. West, because if you follow him, he's been pretty damn consistent his entire political career, right? His entire political career, right? That's what makes this very interesting. So we see Jimmy Dore, and he, that's why he brought on the older brother that pals around with clan members. They love bringing on that brother. Um, to play down race, to say, look, you too, black man, with all your pride, you can shake hands with clan members that wish you nothing but harm, right? So Jimmy Dore does with what a lot of people on the right and some on the left do, which is do we gotta talk about race, right? Black people, can't we just put that on the back burner? Could we like not even imply it? Could we just talk about class? And this is definitely a left project, right? And Dr. West called Jimmy Dore out on that. To ignore to be and when now this is a progressive conversation, to ignore how class affects race and vice versa, how race affects class in America, and then to call yourself a progressive, and that's what Dr. West was attempting to emphasize to Jimmy Dore, which he understood. You know what quote comes to mind? It is difficult to get a man to believe something, especially when his paycheck is dependent on him not believing it. Right? Oscar Wilde, right? And if we look at Jimmy Dore's channel and when it really blew up, it was around COVID-19, right? And Jimmy was very anti-mask mandates and anti-vaccine mandates. Okay. And so a lot of conservatives and anti-vaxxers flocked to his channel, especially that he was a quote unquote lefty speaking this way. Nothing wrong with that, right? So of course he had to throw out the red meat by bringing up that conversation that's 3 years old, more than 3 years old, 3 years old to Dr. West, right? Huh. To boil down, this is just identity politics. When the white conservatives that are flocking to your channel are playing identity politics, they just don't call it identity politics. Huh. So just because they don't call it identity politics, what they doing over there, it's not identity politics? To keep on telling us that you're from small town America, you're from, excuse me, we're using profanity tonight. You're from butt fuck nowhere, and you're a proud American. You're not playing identity politics. You're a red blooded American. You're saying everything but I'm white, and so you think you're not playing identity politics. I'm a red blooded American, and I like my trucks and I like my tobacco, and right. Hmm. Right. So to boil down everything that, and let's be very clear, can identity politics get in the way? Of course. Look, we're black men in black America, and we already know how if you try to tip over the jar of like, you know, non-black people having sympathy for black people, if you try to tip over the jar and see what's in there, there's nothing in there because black college educated women done took everything. Right? They didn't smear it on everything. They called everything that they didn't like some type of racism, classism, sexism, homophobia, transphobia. They call it on everything. Ain't nothing left for black men to use in that jar. So to play the abuse of identity politics, black men know it well. Colorism, featureism, texturism, black men know it well. Better than Jimmy Dore. Right? With that, to ignore once again how these systems and laws and statutes affect the least of us, poor black people, to ignore that or to play it down is to be either misinformed, disingenuous, a straight up liar, right? All of the above. But the word grifter is used way too much now, but also to be a grifter, right? Also to be a grifter. So any acknowledgement of people's plights because of their race is now just plain identity politics. It's not happening because of your race. It doesn't affect you disproportionately because of your race. So just shut up about it because you're playing identity politics. Remember, this is coming from the quote unquote progressive Jimmy Dore, right? The quote unquote progressive Jimmy Dore. So we also see all the conservatives in Jimmy's comments co-signing him and attaboying him, right? As Jimmy drifts further and further to the right. As I said before, this is standard, disillusioned, and disaffected former Bernie bro behavior. And on the surface, Mr. Z doesn't have a problem with that. But call it what it is. But you can't because your whole shtick is being the lefty that sounds like a conservative. Uh-oh. So the difference between you and Tim Pool is what? Age? Right? The difference between you and Tim Pool is age. Isn't that his whole shtick too? The centrists or the lefties that sound real conservative because they are, right? Notice what Mr. Z isn't saying. I'm not anti-conservative. I'm not saying anything wrong with that. I'm just saying own it. Don't do the whole, oh, I didn't leave the party left me. The party drifted too far to the left, right? Because the left is not drifting further to the left. They're engaging, they're playing culture war just like the right, and giving the left these little trinkets of acknowledgement for trans, whatever rights and all this other stuff. But when it comes to the money, yeah, they're in agreement. How about them apples? Progressive when it comes to economics, right? Nope. So has the party truly moved further to the left, especially over the past 40 or some odd years with all these neoliberal policies, right? Why? Because they painted the White House with rainbow colors of lights, by the way. Yeah, but that means the left, the Democrats move further to the left, right? Yeah, that's it. Because LGBTQ people can get married now, that means the Democrats move further to the left. What about the money part? Uh-oh. Mum's the word, right? Obama, neoliberal. Clinton, neoliberal. Carter, neoliberal. Yikes. You can make an argument that Carter might have been the last New Dealer president, right? One chapter began and ended in his administration during his administration. That argument could be made. Huh. Hillary Clinton, neoliberal. Al Gore, neoliberal. So I didn't leave the party, but the party left me type of comments, dead in the water. Huh. Dead in the water. So Dr. West made sure, as I said before, to emphasize that what he was engaging in was not a cold, hard Machiavellian calculation, right? It wasn't for race votes. What he was speaking on wasn't for race votes, right? He's speaking from the perspective of being a black man, from having black parents and black siblings. And of course, Jimmy Dore, being a white man, just can't hear it. Of course he can, right? Of course he can. Although he a couple of times said, I agree with you. I'm just saying that the message. Now imagine this. Jimmy Dore tries to throw Chris Small, yes, the union organizer, Chris Small, he tries to throw him in Dr. West's face. Chris Small didn't talk race. Chris Small was organizing warehouses. He wasn't running for president. Huge difference there. Huge. Right? Huge. Right? Cornell also made sure to say that because there were laws that were made to go at freedom fighters and lock them up, and those laws are now being used to potentially go after Donald Trump, does not mean that Donald Trump is a freedom fighter. Much of this conversation, and this is where I disagree with both Dr. West and Jimmy Dore, was the which one of these are worse conversation. This conversation was much of this was train tracks, train tracks, train tracks. Much of the conversation was which one of these old geriatric white men, racist white men, is worse, Joe Biden or Donald Trump, right? And both answers, both of them, that's the answer. Which one are worse? Both. Well, that's not an option. Yes, it is. Now, Jimmy, if you want to vote for Donald Trump as a quote unquote progressive, then just come out and say it. Just come out and say it. Look, I see Joe Biden as an existential crisis, and I'm supposedly supposed to be on the left, but I just can't do it. There's nothing wrong with that. But own it. But that would get in the way of the shtick now, would it? Wouldn't it? Right. And Better You says, and thank you for the super chat. It was liberal-faced white supremacy. The interview Brianna did with Crystal and Kyle exhibited a lot of the same disingenuous arguments and framing. I saw that debate too. We'll talk about it. Right? I saw that debate too. We'll talk. Kyle showed his ass right there. And and see, Brianna, this is why you need a goddamn black man on your side. Because you going against, Crystal and Kyle married. You better stop. Dear black women, exhibit A. Y'all be thinking y'all can just run up in there. And Brianna's a great debater. She's literally an attorney. And you can see when she got frustrated, she said it. I'm tired of being shouted at and talked over. She said it. And Kyle got quiet after that for a little bit because he realized he was showing his ass too much. Dear black women, you might want to tag along with a black man that shares your politics when you get into these conversations. Because as talented as Brianna Joy Gray is, she went in there trying to debate both Crystal and Kyle at the same time, and y'all know how Kyle is. Right? To me, she still walked out proving her point, but right? And thank you for the super chat, Better You. Right? But that's important, right? So, we watched this Jimmy try to fast talk Dr. West, made disingenuous comments, tried to put words in Dr. West's mouth, right? And it's good that we got to see the full clip, because now that we see the full clip, Jimmy was getting at, and let's just call him Dore. Dore was getting at Dr. West from the beginning. Dr. West kept on playing it down. Dr. West thought that you could do the whole brother thing with Jimmy Dore and it would work, and it didn't work. My dear brother thing. Nope. Jimmy Dore ain't trying to hear none of that. Right? Jimmy Dore wasn't trying to hear any of it. So this is oftentimes what it looks like with these quote unquote white progressives when black progressives have conversations with them. Right? So yes, could we, do without some of the trans and LGBTQ and marginalized and people of color and immigrant talk? Yeah. Yes, we do. I expect that type of talk from Dr. West? Of course I do. Has he been standing on the same square for decades? Yes, he has. That's why I'm not mad at him. He's literally been who he's been from the beginning. He's been very consistent. He's been extremely consistent. Right? And that's what, who has changed, or at least showed his ass? You, Mr. Dore. Dr. West has stayed the same. Right? Now, doing the whole lesser of two evils thing, I can't agree with Dr. West on this one. Right? But neither can I agree with Dore. There is no Trump worse than Biden or Biden worse than Trump. Not in Mr. Z's estimation. Not in Mr. Z's eyes. Right? And the talk of fascism, I mean, state and corporate merger, right? But as I said, I really do see, and I'm gonna let y'all up in about 10 minutes. I really do see Jimmy Dore as a disillusioned former Bernie bro. And as I've said this to y'all many times, as I said to my mentor at the time and the lady that brought me into the Florida Democratic Party, I said it to her in 2016. Those former Bernie bros are not going to vote for Hillary Clinton. No, they're not. They're going to vote for Trump. They're not the women, the white women that said they're going to vote for, they're not going to vote for Barack, and then they turned around and voted for Barack. Right? These Bernie bros are not going to do it. And guess what? They didn't. Right? I said it. I was right. Right? So Dr. West also showed inadvertently, it wasn't, I don't think it was his plan. He showed how petty Jimmy Dore is with the ending comments of Jimmy Dore saying, oh, that's a losing campaign. That's a losing message. Huh. And how Jimmy Dore essentially, after he was getting washed, tried to rush Dr. West off of the camera. Huh. And much like a woman had to get the last word in, sir, this is your guest. You looking real petty right now. You're looking like a black woman. You're looking real petty right now. Right? Everywhere you go, you're the guest. You get the final word. No, not Jimmy. Not Mr. Dore. Sounds like a losing message, losing campaign. Mr. Dore, if you ran, you think you would have did better than Dr. West? You think you would do better than Dr. West? Prove it. Run. Run third party. Right? All this talk, run third party then. This debate was like, eh. And shout out to Dr. West for standing on his square and saying, yeah, like, I'm not gonna play that race for you. No, I'm not. I'm sorry, I'm just not. I'm not gonna shut up about it for you and your little conservative friends. That because you're in your bubble, and a lot of those people woke up your ass for the past 3 years. I'm not gonna switch up my message for you. And for your little conservative friends, sound like a black mother, your little friends, your little conservative friends who've been telling you, yeah, you're a sensible progressive. You're a sensible lefty. I wish the other lefties were like you. Right? Jimmy Dore act like he was a lightweight engaging in conspiracy theory talk during COVID-19. Stop it. Right? That's why it's quote unquote progressive versus progressive. And Will AR says, for me, Jimmy Dore is an ultra populist. I am too. Cornel West was disingenuous to me in his defense of Biden. I agree with that. I agree with that. Right? No thanks to corporate liberal hacks. I agree. I agree with the Cornell. That's why I was like, this which one is worse, Biden or Trump thing. I can't. Once the conversation goes there, that's it for me. Right? I can't do it. Right? Once we start doing the which one of these is worse? Oh boy, both. It's your now we can talk about preference. Y'all want to talk about preference? Now we can talk about preference. Which one of these pile of poops do you think the scent smells worse? I didn't say better. I said worse. And the one you think is worse is the one I guess you turn your nose up at and you go to the other one. Right? This was really a conversation of preference and where your politics lie. So I agree with you on that. When he started kind of like playing down Biden, when they got into the conversation about fascism, and Dr. West was kind of playing down Biden's fascism, like yeah, I mean like he's kind of sorta. No, nope, can't do it. Nope. I was cringing on that part. I agree with you on that. Right. I will agree with you on that. Right. And Will AR also says, and thank you for the super chat. Right. And give me 1 second, actually, before I start reading that. Let's make this corner real quick. Okay, now we go. All right. I disagree. Jimmy Dore has always been an ultra progressive. He left the Young Turks. Yeah, he did, and they were crying. Right. So I agree with that. He left the Young Turks because TYT sold out to corporate liberals. I am a Bernie bro. Right. Yeah. So when he did leave, I see that I wasn't 100% sure of. So thank you for kind of informing me of that. Right. BGS said Biden's not as fascist, even though he would like to be. Right. And Willie also says Bernie Bros didn't vote Trump. They set out the election. Mr. Z wrote in. What did I write in for 2016? I wrote in Bernie's name for 2016, and for 2020, I wrote in ADOS. So there you go. They set out the election. That is why Trump only won through the electoral college and not the popular vote. True. Hillary did beat him by what, 3 million, almost 3 million votes, something like along those lines, right? And AB is correct. The Young Turks did sell out. That's for sure. That is for sure, right? That is for sure. That's true. All right. Y'all like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. So yeah, when the conversation got to the mask mandates and the vaccine, so this is when Mr. Z, like I follow the politics of the conversation, but the kind of angst, the energy at which people go at the mask mandates and the vaccine mandates is just a turnoff. It is a complete and utter turnoff for me. Right. So this is just preference now. Yeah, complete and total turnoff. Right. And to see Jimmy Dore try to press Dr. West on the mask mandates, I'm like, oh, okay, all right. Right? All right. Louis Kanye said BGS for president. Don't try to get BGS killed. What the hell? Right? Man, you better stop it. What's going on, Lou? Lou said BGS for president. You wanna see the table get shaken, right? And thank you for the super chat, Will. I said Will Lewis. Thank you for the super chat. And Will AR says Democrats slash liberals don't want to fight. They didn't fight in 2009 when the Tea Party went full fascist. Uh-oh. Obama and Senator Reid should have went nuclear sooner. So let's get into that because I agree with you on this. So this was my issue with the whole so we had the Tea Party movement, right? That they were so big and so influential they got incorporated into the Republican Party, and then many of that type of ideology ran and won some seats, right? Won some seats in Congress and got much of their agenda through. On the other hand, was Occupy Wall. This is classic conservative versus liberal talk. On the other side was Occupy Wall Street. Disorganized, don't want to have a leader, no hierarchies, no anything, just a bunch of people mad about legitimate stuff. Hey, house prices, college, student loan, blah blah blah. Legitimate concerns. Passionate, disorganized, don't want to have a hierarchy, don't want to have any rules, just taking up space and making noise. Good theories, right? That can't get implemented because nobody want to be the voice. Nobody want to step on any toes or break any eggshells. Right? Right? And there you go. So to me, that to me was great examples of the difference between left-leaning politics oftentimes and right-leaning politics. Right? And Willa, thank you again for the super chat. And Lou says, we need BGS to implement black pill policies. BGS for president. No, BGS and his team can be black pill. The policies can be informed by black pill ideology. He can't really spread it. You don't want to black pill America. What? Right? So yeah, for me it was the disrespect that Jimmy Dore showed. I keep on coming back to this. I see him as your standard. I hear what you're saying, Will AR, but to me, especially for the Bernie Bros that I knew, the white ones, yeah, no, they voted for Trump. Now, much of that voting for Trump was to spite Hillary Clinton and the Democrats for running her. And because the whole buying the election. Oops. Yeah, that part. Buying the Democratic Party. Yeah, that. Yeah, y'all ain't hear that, but y'all heard that, right? Thank you, Lithium. And y'all hear my channel? Y'all hear right now? Y'all hear my channel? Me and Lithium are in agreement on this one. I'm turned off from the PMC left. For those of y'all that don't know what PMC means, professional managerial class, right? So yeah, so the this back and forth, I'm seeing more people, the talking heads, the pundits, the online pundits at least, siding more with Dr. West. But Dore has his followers, many of which are conservative, clearly. Did he make a couple of good plays? I like that he pressed Dr. West about his lightweight if I have to choose one, the lesser two evils type talking and go to Biden, I appreciate Dore for doing that, because I can't, once Dr. West start going in that direction, I can't rock with it. I can't. Right. And Afro National says the PMC left is neoliberal at the end of the day. Yeah, duh. Right. Especially the ones of color. You want to see disingenuous PMCs? Oh boy, check out your average Latina black woman, right? That's like that's trending upwards. Oh boy, middle management trending upwards. Oh, right. In theory, they believe a whole lot that you could get with. Start talking about it being practical. Oh boy. You know, and I'm gonna bring y'all on in 1 second. Let's put this in the comments. Give me 1 second, everyone. Okay, because I need to do this the right way. Right. And y'all like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. Thank you, BGF. Right. And y'all heard BGS. Look, y'all drop a like. I agree. And Will AR says, are there some racist Bernie bros? Yes. But those racist liberals and a few white conservatives voted for Obama. True. See it in flyover states 2008, 2012. Look, we don't acknowledge flyover states. We don't acknowledge those states. No, I'm playing. I'm throwing salt in the wound. I'm playing. Go ahead, better. You go ahead. What's going on, bro?
Nothing much. How you doing, bro?
What's going on with you?
What's going on, Z?
Look, all the political heads, I need y'all up here, even if y'all disagree.
So,
Dr. Green Gorilla, if you're anywhere out there, somebody plays somewhere out there with a what's his face and what's your face. Okay, go ahead.
I agree with a lot of your take on the West and Dore interview. Obviously, I said so much in my live. I was like, I think Z will say exactly everything I'm saying. But
and I did. I didn't even watch it yet. I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna check it out.
I think it was just so jarring. I hadn't really watched a Jimmy video that hasn't been about vaccines in a while. And it was so jarring.
He was stuck. You ain't missed nothing, bro.
Oh yeah, he covered that a little too much for me too. When I get
bro,
that's a turn off.
Pretty much like by mid 2020, I couldn't do it with you. I was like, okay, nigga, all right, goddamn.
It was just shocking to see how honestly that was the white liberal that Malcolm X made speeches about. That
pretty much, yeah.
He was basically saying to Cornel West, you know, your campaign would be so much more successful
if you denied your
blackness.
Yeah. Thank you. Stop the identity politics. In other words, stop talking that nigger shit.
Exactly.
Look, I've known for a long time that Jimmy Dore is a white liberal. It is what it is. So I take certain stuff he says with a grain of salt. So when I watched that interview, I was like, oh, okay. He is a white liberal. Well, okay, whatever. Yeah. Whatever. Next.
Oh man. But yeah, go ahead, better you finish up and AB.
Yeah. I was gonna say the other piece of it too, that kind of shocked me. I've heard this criticism of him for so long, and because I wasn't as tuned in, I guess I probably missed a lot of it. But him kind of playing footsie with white supremacists,
bro,
that side of
bad.
things, it's like
it's bad.
It's really weird because I struggle trying to put a label on that. The best way I can think of it is it's a right wing lefty because it's that same.
Are you calling Jimmy Dore Blue Dog Democrat? You say Jimmy Dore is more like Biden than he would like to admit to?
You know what?
Did Z just say that?
You're right.
Oops.
That fits perfect because remember he endorsed Tulsi. He's supposed to be Medicare for all. He was supposed to be anti-war. He's supposed to be all these things, and Tulsi ain't really checked too many of those boxes.
Hey, you see what I'm saying? And that's another look at who he likes. RFK, okay, cool. And Tulsi Gabbard, nigga, man, Jimmy Dore, if you don't shut the entire fuck up. Look, hey, bro, hey,
Lucian lefty, huh?
Look, AB, I don't need you to put salt in the wound, bro. I don't need you to put salt in the wound.
That ain't our man's right there.
Right? Whose man's is this? So you can jump in anytime. Oh man.
I came up to say one thing.
Go ahead.
Uh-oh.
Right? Now, why did you do that with BGS here? Now you're gonna come up and tell me to retire my shit. Tell me go park that car in the garage and go give it a tune-up or some shit.
Right.
Your shit ain't sounding right. Toya just embarrassed you. Go ahead.
If you ever are not feeling your full Mr. Z self, you should come up here and start the show by saying "Su-tu-tu-tu."
Right? That's it. Oh man.
But
look, man. Go ahead, AB. Go ahead.
But now for real, Z. I don't know if you watched it, but that debate between Crystal and her simp and Brianna.
Nigga, you did not just say. I saw it. I saw it.
You know I'm telling you. I know they.
First of all, y'all know I got a soft spot for Brianna Joy Gray. Anyway.
Yeah.
I would have been there on some goddamn freaking Nation of Islam shit. Fuck that. I would have been down some Black Panther shit, looking at Kyle like, no, watch your tone and delivery, player. Tone and delivery. Right.
I do too. She's a feminist, but I got some love for Brianna.
Yeah. Me too. And because I'm glad she actually just said like I'm tired of being shouted down. I've been doing debate. I'm tired of being shouted down by essentially you people. Like she said it. Like she essentially said, I'm tired of being shouted down by you people.
I have to give her props though, because she said a lot of shit that I've been thinking for a long time.
No, shit's real. Good.
You know, with that whole interview,
Toya, you already left. Goddamn. Go ahead, baby.
You saw the difference in the racial divide because you can argue Brianna, Crystal, Kyle, they're all of the same class, but those dynamics and what it takes to get there for us is very different. Because she talked about that student loan debt, and I'll be transparent for a moment. I might be at six figures, but I got half daddy student loans.
Look, I told y'all, look, I got siblings that graduated law school, nigga. I know what that student loan debt look like. My girl, I know what that student loan debt look like. Them shits ain't pretty.
Yeah,
I saw she went to Harvard too.
Bro, yeah. No, did she? I think so. Yeah. She did. You're right. She did. Yeah. And you know, Harvard and law school. Nick, all right.
Yeah.
You right? Now she showed you why she was Bernie's press secretary. She showed you why. That's why I appreciate her. She ain't one of those like appointees that when you really put their back to the wall, all they got is like little snarky comments. Now she good at a debate.
Wait a minute, Z. Wait a minute now.
Because she made Vosh look like a goddamn clown in that debate. If y'all ain't see that debate, go ahead.
Wait a minute, Z. I gotta get it on you though. Don't talk about Simone Sanders like that.
You know that's what I thought about, right? Goddamn, AB, that is scary, nigga, because that's exactly who came to my mind. Goddamn, that's scary. That's exactly who came to my mind. Right? Wait, pause for the cause, AB, because my channel has been anointed. It has been lit the hell up. Goddamn, Anubis. The biggest super chat I ever got on this channel. Anubis just dropped a goddamn bomb, and he even said nothing. Anubis, do you even got a comment? Right? Can we at least get a comment from you? Thank you very much, sir. Right? And Anubis with the 99, right? That YouTube's gonna take a third of. Shout out to you, YouTube. Shout out to what Google and Alphabet actually. So shout out to y'all. But thank you, Mister Anubis. And no, we did not forget about you, right, Mister Afro National. And thank you very much too, Mister Afro National. Both of y'all leaving these super well actually super stickers with no comments, but okay, thank you. Right. So yeah, going back.
That's that
Let's
super PAC money
we're
right
just gonna
there,
leave
bro.
we're gonna leave a new we're just gonna leave Anubis join up for a little bit. Going back, so goddamn AB, that shit made me laugh because that's who I thought about. I'm not joking. Simone Sanders is who came up to my mind when I was saying like when you put Brianna Joy Gray back to the wall, she actually come out swinging.
Yep.
God damn, that was scary that you said most because literally that's what I thought about. That's scary.
Seriously, to piggyback on what you're saying though,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people don't know that Brianna refused to vote for Joe Biden. Bernie actually had to disown her because she refused to vote for Joe Biden.
Yep. She's a true believer.
Yeah.
She's a true believer. I rock with that shit. I rock with true believers. Even when I disagree with you, I rock with true believers, bro. Yeah. She meant that shit. She and that was the interesting thing about their debate because Kyle said if you hit my what does he call my what does he call those like the not core tenants but like if you hit my core things
purity test.
Yeah, he's a purity test. Exactly. If you hit my purity test things, then I'll rock with you, which is very interesting because Brianna's like, no, fuck that, nigga. If you're not riding with what I'm saying, then no. And I'm with it because I ain't vote for Biden either. And there you go.
Vote for Boy Joe.
Yeah. No, bro. Not no 94 crime bill. NAFTA shit. No, I can't vote for you, player. I can't vote for you. No. Mr. Credit Card, no, I can't vote for you. Yeah, no. The disrespect, no. Nope.
You know you're not black, you don't vote for him.
No, you did too much over the past 50 years of your political career. Fuck that. Nope. Can't do it.
On top of the fact Kamala Harris is your vice president.
Yeah. Hey, I haven't followed the story yet of her saying I'm ready to be president. So we're gonna hold off on that. Before you go ahead and be inform us, because I don't know enough yet.
I just it's like a small clip. It's not much to look at. He said she said I'm ready to be president if and when. And
yawn.
But
try to equivocate. Say this shit with your chest.
And Biden's doing a job or something. I don't know. I don't want to misquote her totally, but
Real quick, AB, let me say this to Lithium. Lithium, you're not supposed to say that shit out loud. Okay?
What say?
Read the comment. Yeah, you ain't supposed to say that shit out loud, Lithium. Now, go on somewhere now. Now I'm playing with you, Lithium. But no, you ain't supposed to say that shit out loud. We all know.
We brought freedom to Libya.
Right? Talk about gang warfare.
Oh yeah,
nigga,
you ain't supposed to say that out loud.
Wait up, nigga. You trying to put all of Africa's resources and back it by one currency and go against the US dollar and the euro?
Yikes.
All right, player. All right. We got something for you. Don't worry about it. A few moments later.
Yeah.
If that's not some gangster shit, we just saw that motherfucker get murked with his own gun. Found in a goddamn hole somewhere. Talk about a bit embarrassing. And the fact that Hillary said out her mouth, we came, we saw, he died. Bitch.
Yeah.
You said that shit. A few moments later, Benghazi.
They literally rolled up.
That's true.
It said, everything will be good if you give up your WMDs. He's like, I did. I give up all my WMDs.
Yep.
All right, we in there. 2 days later.
We in this bitch. Y'all want to talk about gangster shit? Let me tell you, I get all you street niggas that's doing y'all thing. Y'all ain't seen shit until you seen international politics. You want to talk about gangster shit?
You don't know real gangsters right there.
Gangsters wear suits, player. The biggest gangsters wear suits. I'm just saying. Ain't nothing more gangster than looking at grandma in the face and saying, "Bitch, I don't care if your husband died. I'm taking that house." What's more gangster than that? Oh yeah. Oh, he was paying the mortgage. Oh, okay. You was a stay-at-home mom. Oh, you only have 4 years left. Yeah, I'm still taking it. What's more? You want to talk about heartless and gangster shit?
But Z, I'm not shocked that Jimmy was tough on Dr. West. That didn't surprise me at all.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
Shit.
oh yeah, Afro National, you're right. She chuckled right after. Good point. Nigga. These people is just look.
Yeah.
The gangster stuff with international politics is on a whole nother. That's shit. You want to like I said, you want to talk
We
about
don't need to
gangster?
talk about the number of bodies behind the Clintons alone by themselves.
Hey, I'm just saying that Clinton Foundation money laundering. So yeah.
Well,
Hey, I'm just saying she was supposed to. And let me stop talking because you know. Hey, man, you laugh because hey, if you know the history of some of the people that used to work for them before Bill got in office, niggas started disappearing. I'm just saying. Let me stop. Back to our regular scheduled programming. Let me say, better you got kids, man. Me and AB would just disappear, but better he got to be a dad out here. Look, we moving on for better use life. Okay. Anyway, moving along.
Yeah.
Back to this other shit. Yeah, now I saw the debate with Crystal Collin and Brianna Joy Gray, and like I said, I agree with better. I agree with better you and AB on the fact that you can see the racial divide. And the same parallels as the Cornell and Jimmy Dore, right? And I feel so disrespectful saying Cornell, Dr. West and Jimmy Dore, right? Yeah, that's the racial divide right there, very clear, right? It was less. It wasn't emphasized as much with the Crystal and Kyle and Brianna, but like if you're black, you can see that divide. You can see that's
right.
the way it informs their worldview, right?
Well, this is the thing about it. See, with Jimmy, you saw it with the liberal who's supposedly a left winger coming from the right side. With Crystal and Kyle, you saw it coming from the left. So it was like, hey, you can suck it up and find a way to justify a vote for Biden in whatever way. And, you know, if you really truly believe in this platform, go for it.
Yes.
My whole thing is, I'll never vote for Fuckboy Joe.
I can't do it, bro. I can't do it.
They would literally, it was literally like, I hear you, but I don't get why you can't just get on board.
Yeah,
and the same thing with Jimmy. Jimmy was like, "Yeah, I hear you, but can you not be so black?"
The disrespect. The disrespect.
You coming across a little Fred Hampton. Can you knock it down to like Drake a little bit?
Oh, you ain't shit for that, better. You
Hey, that's the comment of the night, bro. That's the comment of the night right there. That's the comment of the night. That's the comment of the night right there. Oh man, no, serious. That and
no, but on can you knock it down to Drake,
bro? The Brianna to me, the Brianna and I'm gonna watch that one again because I watched the Jimmy Dore and Cornell one about 3 times now. I watched a bunch of people's clips, but now that Jimmy actually posted it on his channel, I watched the whole thing. So now I can see because people were posting clips, but they didn't have the whole thing. They didn't want to get flagged by Dore. And then when I watched it on Jimmy Dore's actual channel, then I was wait a minute, you started with Dr. West from the jump. From the start, you started with him. You know?
Did you catch that framing on how he was like, he basically was like, hey, look, over the next few months, I'm going to be shitting on you, but it's love, though.
Yeah. Well, he tried to flip Dr. West, brother in love talk on Dr. West. And the way he's framing it also is like, I'm going to critique you. Like you said, I'm going to critique you out of love and try to push you in the direction I think you should be in. But really, you're just a disillusioned, angry Bernie bro. And low key, you playing footsie with the right, which by the way is your prerogative. I want to be very clear. I'm not against Jimmy Dore going to the right if that's what he's doing. Just own that shit.
Right.
That's my thing. I'm so tired, bro. I was around the white dudes that like I said, like they were not gonna vote for Hillary Clinton, I like nobody. I ain't tell nobody this, but shit, I wasn't gonna vote for her neither. But the I'm gonna vote for Trump. Okay, fine. There's nothing wrong with that. If you're disillusioned, Bernie, bro, if your if your politics is either I'm with the populists. So if this is a moment in time, and I think the Democrats really underestimated the moment in time that they were in. It was an establishment party, era. And if this is the moment in time when we need something different sounding and looking, but you come in with establishment shit, this is not the right time.
It's definitely the right time.
If you're saying I'm going with the populists and the Democrats stepped on their populists and the Republicans, where they got their head taken off by the populists, shout out to Trump, right? So, then fine. But own it. That's what I'm on. Own it. Yeah. Yeah, y'all go ahead. BGS, if you jump in anytime. Elder privilege.
Y'all go ahead, man. Basically, I told you guys about these limousine liberals, didn't I?
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't know why. I don't know why y'all surprised. And Cornel West is just a black limousine liberal, and he's been that way for a long time. But he's a socialist. So basically, there's not. If you're a Bernie bro, there's not. Other than Cornel West, went to Harvard. There's not that much difference between Bernie and Cornel West. They're Marxist socialists. Except Bernie actually puts it and wears it on his sleeve, and Cornel doesn't. That's all.
You think so? I think Cornell wears it more on his sleeve, and Bernie doesn't, because Bernie's the actual politician, and he can't out say I'm a Marxist.
Well, he doesn't say he's a Marxist. What I'm saying is he's not a Marxist. He's a democratic socialist.
Socialist, that's what I was saying earlier. That's what I said earlier in the comments. Yeah,
which is a milder form. So he's a little bit to the left of what FDR was back in the 30s. Okay,
right. So I'm very happy that you said that, BGS. And motherfuckers make it seem like the left has taken over America when FDR, Nixon, compared to what the fuck we are now, would be more centrist lefty. You see what I'm saying?
You got to who Nixon was whose vice president?
Eisenhower.
Eisenhower.
As a matter of fact, their children are married.
Yeah, Eisenhower is a what we used to call them. We used to call them Fabian socialists. Okay.
Yeah.
Eisenhower's a Fabian socialist, but he's an FDR socialist. Okay.
Yeah.
That's why he's the one that implemented most of your civil rights movement laws. Okay.
And the Democrats and the Republicans were both courting him before he ran. They both were courting him.
Who's that?
He went. Yeah, Eisenhower.
Oh, Eisenhower.
They both courted him.
Courted
him.
Yeah. But he didn't. But he didn't like the way the Democratic Party was handling stuff, so that's why he went Republican. But military guys do that all the time, because what's his name? The other general, black general.
Oh, Cornel West. I mean, I said Cornel. The Jamaican. No. The one that just passed a couple years ago. Colin Powell. Thank you. Colin Powell.
The Democrats and the Republicans are courting him at the same time, because most military guys are neutral as far as they can go either way.
And going back to 2016, he told Hillary, "Go fuck yourself. I'm not doing it." It is. I'm not going to talk about that, but the story behind that. Yeah, I'll leave that.
I would add to what you're saying, BGS, is what you call yourself. They're more pragmatic. The military guys are pragmatic.
Yes.
Right. So and they pick what party because of whatever. Literally, those are not the ones that vote from the gut. The military guys are not that. Well, the high-ranking ones, right, are not those guys. Yeah, no. They're not those guys.
No, they're not. Even Carter, but Carter would lean toward neoliberal.
And that was the beginning. Well, I mean, he's dealing with the oil embargo shit. He's dealing with all of that, and
the FDR socialism collapsed with the dollar. With the dollar in 71. So,
and the Chicago boys came in with hey, we got an idea, Mr. Carter.
We got an idea. So
right.
For its time, I have to say,
50 years later.
Well,
Well, almost 50 years.
Nixon did get Nixon, not Nixon, but Reagan did stabilize the dollar, even though it cost us $4 trillion in Social Security funds.
Well, that part.
we had 21% interest. Okay, you had to do something.
BGS, you want me to put that up?
What
in the back chat?
What's that?
Oh, your somebody. Oh, that's another person who has this. This is BGS. Okay. Well. Oh, that's Lou. Oh, that's Lou. Oh, okay, Lou. I see what you're doing. Okay.
What did I do this time? Oh,
no, you ain't doing that. No, it's Lou.
Oh, yeah.
Lou, it comes up on something else. It comes on something in the back chat.
Yeah, Lou saying shit though.
Mute up, Lou, because we get an echo from you.
You got that brioche bread. He ain't shit.
Yeah.
We got feedback from you, Louis.
Okay, there we go. Yeah. Well,
yeah. I'm not surprised, man. Limousine liberals arguing about what's going on, man, because everything's all tossed around. Okay.
Bro, BGS, is this not the most post-structural shit? Postmodern, better yet. Shit. I mean, like everything's in the air right now.
Yeah, because
I think we're due for a political realignment.
Man, it's Well, the thing that like I said, Biden shocked me. He really did. It just he's one politician that has really surprised me. I have never been this shocked in my life about a politician doing stuff. So, I mean, because he knows better. So the thing is, he's not doing anything by accident or by mistake. It's very intentional, and he's making gambles and guesses and stuff like that with the seed money. So basically, yes, he is. Okay, I don't know. Well, if you can come on to my Behind the Wall tomorrow,
I will
talk about it, okay?
Yeah,
because everybody that's been on my Patreon knows what I'm talking about. He made a gamble. He put all the chips in the middle of the table, and he turned the cards over, and he lost. And this is where it's on. Everything else is a fallout. So it's somebody like Jimmy Dore and people like that. They're not going to run because they don't want to inherit this mess.
No.
They don't want to inherit this mess.
What's the subject of? Well, part of it too. Some of that energy that was coming across in the Cornel West interview. Originally, Dore wanted to be tapped as the People's Party candidate.
I said that earlier. Yep.
They replaced them.
They dropped his ass with Cornel. Yep.
Oh, some of the Green Party?
No, before that.
People, because remember he dropped the People's Party to go to the Green Party.
Oh, but before that shit with Nick Bronner going on. With the People's Party. And then stuff came out that they didn't actually have ballot access, and that's when Cornel dropped from there and went to the Green Party. But initially, they was going to tap Jimmy, and then they was like, "Nah, we got to replace you." And they replaced him with Cornel.
So a lot of this was on some get back shit.
Okay, well, it's not going to hurt Cornel any at all because Jimmy doesn't have enough in his back pocket to really hurt Cornel. And
you don't have the gravitas.
We don't have the gravitas, and plus, if he makes the stink by Cornel, he's doing him a favor because guess what? That's going to spread Cornel's name faster. That's all it's going to do. Cornel was actually, I mean, what's his name?
He's getting traction. More
he's gonna get more traction. Basically, what's his name? Tried to do this when the Green Party first started, right? Not run, not spend a whole bunch of money on a campaign, right? He was trying to do it underground, right? But this is before the internet. But I was trying to tell other folks, okay, if you want to get traction, okay, YouTube is the way to do it, show by show. Because if it goes viral, okay, your name is going to spread. So now you hear Cornel West's name on people's lips that are right. Okay.
And the internet does democratize. If it wasn't for the internet, y'all would not know no goddamn Marianne Williamson name or no goddamn Andrew Yang. Y'all would not know. RFK. RFK maybe. Name recognition, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. But Marianne Williamson and fucking Andrew Yang, like, fuck, hell no. They wouldn't get no traction pre-internet, right? So and they worked, especially with Andrew Yang, he worked the Joe Rogan them circuit, right? And so the problem with the internet on the flip side is you garner this support on the internet, and try to translate that to actual votes Now that's into real life people standing in line and voting you in. Now that's the issue,
Real
right?
challenge. Real challenge.
That's the challenge, and I think that's what Andrew Yang runs into. I think that's what Tulsi Gabbard's going to run into. Where you have all this internet support, but the motherfuckers ain't. First of all, they're not going to even come out to vote, and if they do come out to vote, are they really going to vote you in?
Yeah, that's true because you don't have enough juice. Okay,
Yeah.
the only really, and I've said this. There's only a couple of people, and one is a Democrat, and one could actually run Libertarian, and as Libertarian as a third party. The only person I could see that could run and get some juice, well, he's not going to run because I know there's probably going to be blowback. It's probably Rand Paul. Okay, as a Libertarian.
Yeah.
He's because he's got the he could pull the Bernie Bros. He can pull the right wing. He can pull the Libertarians. He could pull the Tea Party. He could put all those people right. He has a very solid base. Okay, but thing is, the survivor.
He would have to run Republican. I don't see him getting the traction as third party.
His daddy ran as a Libertarian too.
His daddy ran as a Republican.
Ron Paul.
Ron Paul did run as a Republican, but but he could run as a Libertarian. If there's anybody that could actually pull off a third party,
it might be Rand Paul.
It Rand Paul, right? Okay. Now the other person that's a Democrat that she's not going to run that could probably blow away the field is probably Michelle Obama.
I agree, but and it's crazy because the Democrats want her to run so bad. But she just, bro, Michelle is your standard ass sister when it comes to her facial expressions, and she's not Barack. She ain't hiding that bitch. What you said? She not hiding the bitch. What you said face. She not.
Yeah, she not running.
So yeah.
I'm gonna tell you what they're gonna use Michelle Obama for. Watch.
When
the so-called Democrat primary is over, they have their convention.
She'll carry the flag, but she's not going to run.
Yeah, they're gonna watch. They're gonna bring Michelle Obama out to shame everybody that's voting for him.
Oh yeah, she'll carry the flag, but she's not.
Oh yeah. No,
that's a big difference.
That's true.
The big mistake I feel that third parties are making nowadays is that they keep running at the top of the ticket and not running down ballot.
For the prestige, you think the name recognition?
Well, this is the thing.
Yeah.
If you get some momentum, if you win a few municipal races, you get a few state senators in there, a few mayors of some notable cities, hell, even a governor.
They've tried.
Now, hey, you the up and comer. You a winner. You who's next?
They've tried. They've tried Green Party, Libertarian. They've tried. Okay.
Yeah, they're trying.
I think state level it might be easier to block your ass than it is on a national level. It might be easier to play you to. I wanted to say play you to the left, but like ignore your ass state level for certain states. Because remember, certain states they don't really have the third party option like that.
Yeah,
certain states don't. But this is the thing. We just literally saw this with the Tea Party because all that's going to happen is either they ignore you and then you supplant them, or they shift and incorporate you into the party to really adopt your platform. Those are the two options. It's a win-win.
Well, Tea Party had a bunch of things going for them. Number one, they had the Koch brothers financing them. That's number one.
Yes.
Number two, they started running after the banking crash in 2008. And that's what they ran
right after
anti-TARP, and then all the deplorables that didn't like what the neoliberals did and were losing their jobs and their homes. Okay,
why using Hillary Clinton's term BGS?
Well, because that's the best name for them. There's other names for them, but I'm not going to call that. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Which basically the deplorables is the ones that put Trump over in 2016. So that's the Tea Partiers, whether you like them or not, are the ones that put Trump over in 2016. Along with the disaffected Bernie Bros. Okay.
Hold up, wait a minute, y'all. We done fucked up because we're about to hit an hour and 15 minutes, and ain't nobody say anything about no gynocracy or how much how colorist we are,
We'll say it
and
3
how.
times.
Oh yeah, gynocracy. Right. And there we go. Now we're back to regular schedule programming. Right.
But all for all you Kevin Samuels quoting Tariq Nasheed followers.
Shout out to Tiffany Cross.
Oh Lord.
Okay. Is that enough?
Yeah, enough? There we go. There, yeah. Okay. Now we're back. But yeah, no.
Yeah.
I gotta play with that thought a little bit more. BGS, the Rand Paul thought. I haven't really thought about that, but yeah.
Because he's not going to run, just like his father kind of half ran. Okay.
Multiple times.
And this is what Craig Hewlett told me, because he was going to help his father Ron Paul run. He said, if you're going to run, boss, we need Kevlar.
Wow. That's what Ron Paul's people said.
That's what Craig Hewlett told Ron Paul. If you're going to run, boss, we need Kevlar.
Yeah,
because you are not gonna make it, right? Okay,
I believe it.
But the thing is, if he had run third party, if Ron Paul had run third party and got Dennis Kucinich, who's a lefty, president, okay,
but remember how they did Dennis Kucinich because he was talking about aliens.
Well, it doesn't matter. The thing is that the lefties would have followed him, okay, because Ron Paul and Dennis Kucinich, 80 to 90% of what they wanted coincided. Okay. So you'd have got the limousine, the lefties and the righties to come together, and because a lot of lefties don't always agree with Ron Paul, but they like him. Okay?
Yeah,
I agree.
A lot of lefties don't like some of the things that Rand Paul says, who's his son, but they like it because there's a lot of stuff that Rand Paul says comes out of his mouth that they stand for. A lot of stuff.
I'll say this too. The one thing that he recently came out on, which I was glad for, that whole bullshit about McConnell dehydrated, he pausing, and he basically was like, "Yo, I'm a doctor. That's bullshit."
Yeah. And that's the problem, man. That was a problem.
They won't let go.
That's the problem with his father. You know, they
too honest.
They're too honest. They shoot from the hip. Yeah.
It ends up like
they were both doctors, right? They're both physicians. Wasn't Ron Paul too? Yeah, Paul and Rand Paul. Yeah. No. Look, these people need to let it go. Like I told y'all, Dianne Feinstein, Mitch McConnell, Jesus, at least Mitch McConnell still looked the same turkey neck Mitch McConnell turtle face, but Dianne Feinstein on the others, she looks like a zombie.
Don't forget Nancy Pelosi. She's talking about she's going to run again.
Stop it.
Okay, there's agendas afoot. That's probably why they can't retire, because if they do, those agendas will probably be squashed. Okay, so if there's things, there's things they're trying to, but
didn't we run into that with RBG? Ruth Bader Ginsburg, isn't that the same type of situation we ran in with her?
Yeah, because she was trying to hold on for Hillary.
You see what I'm saying? Then died and gave the damn seat to Trump. Trump picked 3 Supreme Court justices on y'all ass.
Well, Obama did the same thing, because he could have actually
forced her out.
Appointed.
He could have got Garland too if he tried.
Because it was 4-4. He could actually appointed a Supreme Court justice without the approval process.
Sure.
But he didn't do it.
They still found some way to put Mayor Garland. Where he at again? Didn't Biden pick him up and put him somewhere?
Attorney General.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, they put him somewhere still.
I'll be honest, that's the biggest impediment for Democrats, because you had 4 years of Trump with the slimmest of majorities running ruckshot. The only reason why he didn't get more done was just because he was a political novice and didn't have, the wherewithal to actually, do some.
He didn't know how to wield He didn't know how to wield the apparatus.
Yeah.
Right.
It really exposed that, like, hey, all this shit y'all been saying y'all can't do, y'all can do it. Y'all just don't want to do it. And that's really what Brianna was pointing out in that Crystal account. It's like, yo, this decrepit bastard don't get credit for saying shit. Like, he can do a lot of shit. President ain't powerless.
And that's what Trump exposed. Okay, remember the Muslim ban. Remember, it got struck down the first time. It got struck down the second time, and his people just kept on fine tuning. Boom, stuck the third time. And now what? That's how it go.
Yeah.
If y'all want to get it, and that's what Trump exposed. If we want to get it done, we'll get it done.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
There's limits, but yeah, there's some things you can do.
Yep.
Even for Trump, there was limits.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
He ran into that wall.
Yeah, he went to a whole bunch of walls.
Right. While trying to build a wall. Go ahead.
Even that, okay. Even that. In fact, who's thinking about selling the materials for the wall?
What?
Yes.
Oh, well, okay.
Yes, he is. But the thing is, people don't understand about the immigration, man. They don't need a wall for immigration. That's the whole. Even Trump knew that. You don't need a freaking wall for immigration. All you need is a social security system, okay? Because to work, you got to have a number, and there's so many false numbers in social security. They know where all these people are. They know where all these people are. Okay, they do. They know where all these people are. If they wanted these people out, they could literally send them a letter, go get them and deport them if they want to. Because believe it or not, because there was no work, a whole bunch of people. Obama deported more
than anyone else.
More than anybody else since Eisenhower. Yeah.
Nobody want to say that part out loud.
Huh?
Didn't Florida deport all their folks? All their
No, they went elsewhere. They didn't deport them.
No. DeSantis got statement. He's trying to make political statements, but he ain't deporting like that.
He didn't deport them. They just left. They made it uncomfortable, so they just left because they got tent cities of immigrants up in like Chicago and LA and in New York and even Texas. They're still there. Okay, they just went elsewhere.
Gotcha.
And Merrick Garland wasn't even on some really lefty thing. He was real super centrist milquetoast. Anyway, and that's me responding to Will A.R. And Will A.R. says Eisenhower put 3 recess appointments to the Supreme Court. Obama was too cowardly to put one.
He didn't
appointment. Merrick Garland. I was done then.
It wasn't cowardly. He knew it. Basically, he's a lame duck president. There's nothing they could have done to him. They could have done what he wanted to. They were trying. The thing is, they're
trying to hold on for Hillary.
They thought Hillary had it in the bag. Okay, you know. I knew they didn't, but then nobody saw Trump coming. Really, nobody.
Yeah.
Did. Okay, until
I think so, because the rumor in the rumor mill is that Hillary them wanted Trump.
Yeah, she did,
because they thought that was an easy layup.
Yeah.
Womp 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 womp, and down goes Frazier.
Yeah, everybody's still stunned about that, but I knew.
Exactly.
I knew she couldn't get elected. I knew she couldn't get elected.
Man, you remember she didn't give that concession speech that night. She was crying her ass off.
She was mad.
She was. Hey, remember BGS? I was working for the Florida Democratic Party. There was tears everywhere. You know who wasn't crying? Z wasn't crying. There were tears. I'm too freaking cynical. There were tears everywhere. I
had a good night's sleep after that election.
I was there in white women, black women. Big ass black gay dude. I was there tapping. Oh, it's all right, bro. It's all right. Every goddamn body.
Oh yeah, they did a skit on Saturday Night Live.
I had a good night's sleep after that election.
Yeah,
they really underestimated just how much people dislike that goddamn bitch.
Yeah, bro. There was no BGS on the street level.
Okay.
Because one of the girls I work with was a big Hillary stan, and I just kept on telling her, listen. And she was out from your way. She was out from Cali, right? Okay. And I was like, listen. People don't like Hillary, and all that policy wonk shit that Hillary running circles around Trump. They don't care. They don't. She was like, because we had to organize people to come out and watch the debates at different restaurants and bars and stuff, and people would come out and she was like, I just want to hear wonk today. That's all I want to hear. And I'm like, yeah, but the people they don't care. Hillary can run circles around Trump on international and foreign policy. They don't care. But hey, no. Better use right on the street level. Yeah, people were not rocking with Hillary.
They weren't.
The disdain was real.
Oh yeah,
It was real.
yeah. There was a lot of information that was released. What was rumored to be released about Hillary, and never saw the street though, and she knew it.
Yeah.
That's how come she never really protested that election.
Yeah.
She knew better.
My go ahead, AB. I'll go after you.
Yeah, I have to get out of here. But my theory on one of the reasons why Hillary lost, so many white folks voted for Trump, and I don't blame them. See, you got to remember, a lot of those white folks didn't forget about NAFTA.
Yes.
And I pointed that out. I haven't seen anybody point that out yet. But a lot of those white folks did not forget about NAFTA and how they lost their jobs, and that's why Hillary lost some of them Midwest states, Western states.
And NAFTA was going to go through anyway, no matter who was in office.
Yeah. Before you go, AB, before you go, last question from Spain Man. And Spain Man says, what was more dramatic, the shock of Trump getting in or the long faces after Obama won? LOL.
I think the shock of Hillary not getting in probably hurt them more.
Yeah, I would say that. Yeah,
I think when Obama got momentum, I think
it became a foregone conclusion.
Yeah. People don't actually know how big a rock star Obama was in 2008.
He turned Indiana blue. That's how big of a rock star he was.
He brought the blue wave by himself. That's how big it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
It cost a whole lot of seats though.
Yeah,
I'll say this.
Well, yeah, the midterms it always costs.
Yeah, that's fuel. That fuel though. That fuel.
Yeah. But they elected him twice. So
yeah.
The crazy thing for me, and this probably should have been like red flag going up, but I was kind of shocked something didn't happen to Obama. Not that he won, but that something didn't happen. But after he kind of governed for a bit, I understand why.
The one that had to happen too, from what I understand, man, because I had voted and I left because I wasn't even in the country when the election went down, man. But they were telling me, man, the boys from Washington said, man, they got DC, they had DC locked down as far as what is it?
The inauguration,
Secret Service. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Have to come in with a goddamn army to get at him.
Yeah, you would have to come in army to get him because there were so many death threats against Obama that you couldn't get near him. Okay, you could not get near him.
Yeah, no, yeah.
And they needed him bad because it would not have looked well to the rest of the world had he, gotten hurt during his his reign. I would call his reign instead of his administration.
Yeah, no, I look, but ever since he's been out,
it's up for grabs. And the thing is, a lot of stuff he tried to fix. Okay, it shows you exactly how entrenched this is because it wasn't just the Democrats, also the Republicans that didn't want a lot of this stuff fixed. Okay. Because they didn't want to give up the money. They always talk about being fiscally conservative. They actually exposed them that they're not fiscally conservative, and they haven't been able to get that back since. Okay.
Yep.
They're only fiscally conservative when it's a Democrat in the chair. When it's them, they spend the fuck out of the budget. They print money left and goddamn right.
Yeah. Read my lips. No new taxes.
Yeah. The thing is that to get the debt down, get a handle on the debt, they would have to have reduced things and done a whole bunch of things that are fiscally conservative, and they fought it. So since then, nobody's even listed to them about them being fiscally conservative.
But you're dealing with the third most populous country on the planet, 330 some odd million people, with a huge bureaucracy to manage all of this shit, right? So like, I understand the fiscal hawks, right, to a certain level,
really,
but at the same time, it's like,
yeah, really, and put them in office is how fiscally hawkish they are.
That's what I'm saying. Like, at the end of the day, you have entitlement. You have a country with old people that the country's getting older. You have things you got to pay for. You have roads you have to maintain. You have schools you have to maintain. You have entitlements. You have shit you got to do.
Go back and look at, because Obama put together the Council on Debt, a bipartisan group that's looking at the debt and how to reduce the debt back down after the crash. Okay. And guess what? The Republicans fought that shit tooth and nail. All the things. Go back and look at it. It's still up there.
Yeah, I remember that was the gang of, what was it called? The Gang of 12 or something like that?
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah. Will AR says, true, Republicans are full of shit on the fiscal issues. The Bush tax cuts and running 2 wars broke the bank.
Well, I wish it was. I wish you could blame it on the war. The wars did do a lot of damage, right?
But trillions.
But the thing is, what broke the bank really is under Clinton, which is the repeal of the Glass-Steagall.
Glass-Steagall. Yeah. Investment banks and commercial banks were not supposed to merge. I mean, that's how we got the depression in the freaking 20s. But
but this is 1999, and we have better controls. Okay?
Yeah, not even a full 8 years later. What, 7 years later? 7 years later. Come on, man.
Yep. I saw it come. I saw it coming in 2006 because of the Lieber scandal. And that was a scandal, but the Lieber thing going on in the background, and only the Wall Street Journal was talking about it. Right?
Okay, you got to school me on this one. This is that was a kid.
Okay, the LIBOR. You know what the LIBOR is, right? The London Interbank Bank Offering, where it sets the rate where banks loan each.
Okay, I understand. I understand what's going on. Okay, yes.
Remember that? Okay, that's the LIBOR, right? Okay. And because of the balance sheets of these banks that have all this crap, this paper crap in the balance sheet, most banks, it froze because most banks were afraid to even loan money overnight to another bank because they knew that the books were hidden, and they knew what they had on their books, and they said if these guys have books, stuff on their books,
looking like ours, then it's bad.
Like ours, then it's bad. Yeah, that's what it froze, man. That's what it froze, and they had to do a whole lot of arm twisting to actually unfreeze the LIBOR. That's when I knew that this stuff was going to happen, but I didn't know how far spread that this crap was until Bear Stearns, and then I said, oh, this goes way further than just the United States. I thought it'd be like a 1987 or 1991 where you have a downturn, you have a big crash. I remember when you guys were kids. You guys were kids.
SNL crisis.
SNL crisis, right?
Yeah, my dad told me about it.
Savings and loans.
Savings and loans.
Yeah,
I thought it was gonna be a savings and loan. Okay, it was bad. It hurt. The thing is, people got over it. Right? It took about 6 years for them to get over it, but it made it back. And then when I looked at it, it's okay. This is way bigger than that.
Look, BGS. I am exhausted. I'm millennial exhausted with the fact that we done got hit with bubble after lightweight recession, after real depression, after between the .com bubble, the housing market crash, then the COVID thing. It's like every other second. It's something.
And it basically right after 2008, we have been what I called austerity. This is
oh yeah. And I agree with that.
This is stagflation. Okay, this is stagflation, and this is what we went through in the 70s, and it took from 71 to like 80 to like 12 years for us to get out of that. The only thing that didn't have, the only thing that didn't happen is you guys had the reverse problem, right? Y'all they took the race to 0. With us, they took the race to 20%. So we had the opposite problem. So hopefully, well, if they could, they would raise the rates, so like 12-15%. Okay, if they could, they can't.
Have fun financing something with rates like that.
Well, the banks can't handle it. The banks,
exactly.
Otherwise, you see their shake. Banks shook. When they raised it to 3 or 4%. You get 4 banks collapse. So they're between a rock and a hard place. People say, well, the boomers had it easy. It's okay, keep wishing. Be careful what you wish for.
Yeah.
Now you guys this is what I experienced when I was a kid.
I don't want no parts of this.
Yeah, well, you don't want it, but it's here. What are you gonna do? What y'all gonna do?
Oh, I mean, I've already resigned myself to maybe never owning a home, so there's that part too.
You're on home. The thing is, under circumstances. What circumstances will the at some point people will stop buying houses, and then what happens?
Yeah, true.
And how do the banks make money? Basically, I was just looking at it, man. The bank, how the average housing price damn near doubled from 2019 to 2023.
Thank you. That's what I'm saying. Go ahead, Betty.
No, it's not just in the cities too. It's even in rural places like my hometown. Houses rarely got over 100K, and if you saw a 100K house, it was probably really nice, 5 bedrooms,
Wow.
3 or 4 baths.
Yeah.
Those same houses now is going for like 300,000. Looking for a house in Atlanta, like it'll hurt your feelings, man.
Yeah, because you have BlackRock and companies like that
buying up everything and keeping it on the renters market. They refuse to refurbish it and put it out on the market so it could actually be bought.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah, or they could do what the Chinese do, just start building houses and fund it. You spent billions of dollars, trying to keep people housed. Why don't you just build houses or tiny homes, something like that?
I'm about to look. BGS, you got to stay out of this one. Better you. That's cute and all with them $307,000 houses. You ain't seen shit until you come to South Florida, because three twos without a garage, $450.
Oh yeah,
on a quarter acre, not even no half acre, full acre, no, quarter acre if you're lucky. 3-2 without a garage with a shit ass driveway. 450, 475. Shit.
I'll tell you, it ain't shit, bro. A 4-bedroom house in Atlanta.
Yeah,
you nearing like $1 million, bro.
No, and
South Florida, that's
a $1 million house. If it's sitting on an acre, half.
Oh no, I mean like those tight subdevelopments where like
okay,
you can reach out and
saying.
touch your neighbor next door.
The borderline townhome shit.
Yeah, like the motherfucking prices is crazy, bro.
Yo, bro, BJS, how we supposed to afford this shit?
You're not. My thing is, why do you all you millennials, man? Why y'all taking this stuff, man?
It's not. What it is? It's not you, BGS, but boomers over here funding their children. So it's okay. Let's say Z earns 70 grand a year, and then white Z earns 70 grand a year too. Yeah. But white Z parents are gonna give him 60 grand to go put that on that damn house.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. And that's it's not us. We can't afford the shit. It's the parents that can, or that what ends up happening is dad dies, mom sells the house, splits the money amongst her and the kids, lives with one of the kids, and then the other kids end up buying the homes and giving 50, 60, 70, 80 grand on down payment. That's what it's happening.
I understand, but the thing is, you guys are talking about politics, about about loan forgiveness and all this other kind of crap. Nobody's talking about using that money almost like a Marshall Plan to build homes for young folks.
I agree.
Nobody's saying no. Has anybody brought that up as a political talking point?
No, I've heard it. I've heard little murmurings of going into these developments where they try to keep the house artificially high, but by not having any more new development. I've heard little murmurings of kind of going at that shit on a local level, but nationwide, nah, you're right. No, absolutely not.
I mean, you guys are all having this. You all said, well, you guys all say you're having this problem about your Z's and your millennials say will never probably own a house, right?
Yeah,
can't afford it, blah blah blah. But the thing is if this was the boomers, they'd be trust and believe the boomers were crying about this stuff, about housing loans, housing, being able to buy houses, this kind of crap. They protested over this kind of stuff, man. They did. This economic stuff, this grassroots jobs, housing.
Your answer is on the screen right now, BGS. Afro National said it. So our generation got caught up in other shit.
Okay, well,
the finances, not the ones like me or Better You or AB, but as a generation, we got caught up in other shit. While the house prices kick us in the ass, we over here worried about who's fucking who and rainbow colored hair shit.
That's why a lot of boomers shake your heads. Is you guys have power. You guys not saying nothing. So
we're the second largest generation right now.
Yeah.
It's boomers still, I think, and then millennials. And then Xers and then Z? Or is it Z and then Xers? Yeah, something like that.
But the Xers probably already have houses. But the thing is that
the
thing is the millennials and Zs aren't saying anything. Okay?
I wouldn't say that though. the thing about it is,
what are they saying then?
They're talking about marginalized communities and sustainability and
marginalized communities.
what is a woman, what is a man.
Okay,
he's saying the same thing I'm saying. Yes, we ain't saying shit.
You ain't saying shit.
We ain't saying shit. Not on topic at least.
They're talking a lot.
I'm curious because I hear a lot of millennials and stuff like that. And these cry to the boomers about we can't afford a house, and really what they really say. How come you just can't die and give us your house? That's really what they're saying.
That's exactly what we're saying. Shit. The hell?
Yeah.
BGS already. I've been telling BGS we waiting for them to die so we could get that life insurance money. We sounded like black women right now, okay?
Yeah. Go ahead and die, Paul. Go ahead and die, Paul.
Right, and Mama. Low key. Low key. But no, not me. But no, I've seen that sentiment expressed in everything but words. Yeah. I've seen the look on certain people's faces, especially around my age group. That's like, okay, come on, like I don't really want you to go, but I might need you to go because this shit is getting tough. And my little $55,000 a year, it ain't enough, right? Yeah. And I know what my life, and you told me what my life insurance is gonna look. What your life insurance is gonna look like. Yeah. So could you look? I'm gonna need you out of here in like 5 years. Let's go out and go take these trips.
They say that
right.
They said the boomers were actually the biggest transfer of wealth.
Yeah. In a decade, it's gonna be $16 trillion.
Yeah.
In one decade, 16 trillion.
Yeah, with the boomers passing on and passing the wealth down. But the thing is that well, how come they can't pass it down? Because they living in the shit, motherfucker.
Right? Hey, Passport OG sitting in the comments, Don, give me the house, goddamn.
Yeah, goddamn.
It's so fucked up. What the hell? But one thing I would push as a politician is multi-family homes. This single family, let's face it, I'm gonna just fucking say it. The window is closed. The city on the hill, America don't really got no competition coming out of World War II that pretty much ran out of steam by the mid 70s, early 80s. It's done.
Okay, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this real quick, Mr. Z.
Go ahead.
Okay, for a single person, how big a house would be comfortable for you? What square feet?
See, square footage, I don't really speak.
Are you speaking meters?
Yeah, no. I usually just judge the house by rooms and bathrooms. When everybody says square feet, I'm like, okay, it sounds like a foreign language.
Like an average. The average condo is about 6 to 8 square feet. The average condo.
Okay.
So for one person to live by themselves, how big? What kind of square footage would you think they would need?
And you said the average condo is what, 6 to 8?
600 to 800 square feet. Yeah.
And see, that's why these women are talking about 5,000 square foot houses. Yeah, I've been telling you, they're talking crazy shit.
If they can buy with a spiral staircase, go ahead. If that's what you want, you can afford it. Then why are you crying?
I would say for a single person. If you said 800, yeah.
Yeah,
6 to 8, maybe 1,000 if you're being a little
generous,
right? Yeah.
Those are called what they call compact or tiny houses, right? They just built 30,000 of them within a month in South Africa. China just did it. They put up 30,000 of them. Okay. You can do it. Okay. If you can have what a tiny home community with each single person. If you guys want to be single, each single person a house that was anywhere from 400 to 1,000 square feet. And probably for like $20,000 to $30,000.
Watch this, BGS. Okay. But I'm American and I deserve my 2,500 square foot house.
Okay.
Right now I'm playing with you, but I'm being funny. I'm being facetious here, but like that's the mentality, right? Like
the average house is 1,200 square feet.
Yeah, and them niggas ain't happy. No, but I'm agreeing with you. I'm saying the goal, the aspiration is what I'm speaking to, right? The aspiration is this thing, and yeah, look, I
okay.
I think what Willie are saying is like accurate, like 1,200 square feet, 1,000 square feet, 1,100 square feet. That's not bad, right? So yeah, for a single person, but well, most of us are single now, so I can't even say. I was gonna make a retarded argument by saying, what about families? But most of us are single, so that 800 square feet is not bad.
Yeah. But basically, if you make it like a tiny home level where you actually have a loft at the top where the bedroom is, you could make it workable for one person.
Yeah.
I mean, they've done experiments with it. The thing is, there's no push for it. So I'm just curious why.
I think you would have to rejigger the way Americans think about homes, because homes have become investment property. It's an investment. Homes have become not just somewhere you live and you rest your head and you have your family. It has become obviously status symbol, so and an investment and a mini bank for you. It's supposed to accumulate wealth, and you're supposed to retire and then eventually sell it for triple, quadruple, quintuple what you paid for it 30 years ago. And 35 years ago, right? So that I think we would have to rethink that entire mechanism of the entire mortgage market, housing market, all of that would have to change, and the way people think of these would have to change. Yeah.
Well, that's why you're in the fix that you're in. So y'all be happy staying in mama's basement and waiting for Papa to die.
Right. And that's all. I mean, literally. Remember, we're talking about people that use terms like starter homes.
Yeah.
Right. So that's we would have to rethink this whole thing, to tell you the truth. And I still would push, and I'll agree with you with the smaller homes, but I would still also push for multifamily homes. I think the era of you go get your degree, you save a couple of dollars, you and your lady, and then you go put down on a house, and move out for no fucking reason, maybe. Yeah. I mean, but I'm a little different anyway, because remember, I'm Caribbean descent, so I'm used to an extended family member who doesn't have kids, who might be well into their freaking 30s, living at home with their parents, right? It's nothing in the Haitian community to have an aunt that's a nurse who's not married at 35 years old, living at home with grandma and grandpa them, and she's earning good money, but what's the point of having her own place? I mean, she, single, no kids. So that's a thing in the Caribbean community, and I would argue for certain Africans I've met also, which is living at home with your parents at 37 years old, 38. You ain't married, you don't got no kids. What you got your own apartment for? So
I would come at it a different way, and I actually have heard some of this policy proposed with limiting foreign investment and limiting the amount of housing inventory nationwide and locally that a lot of these large corporations like BlackRock can actually buy up. There's a lot of places where there's more homes than people, but you have rampant homelessness because those homes are literally sitting empty, because there's a calculation in a spreadsheet that says at this price, X amount of our inventory will be unsold, but the people who will be able to buy makes it so much worth it that, we can buy up all of these houses and have 20, 30, 40% inventory sit vacant. And you can't have that. That's unsustainable. That's something that at the federal level and even at local levels can be done. And that's something I've heard some folks talking about.
It's this bad. Let's say it's this bad. What I was watching that said these rental property owners or whatever, they will know that if they raise the rent a certain percentage, so many people will have to leave and can't afford it. But the people that can will be able to pay for the people that left.
Okay. Well. So
you would go from let's say apartment that can occupy 30 people, right? And they raise the rent to $5,000 a month type thing from 2,000 or whatever. And the people that can't afford it, so the 30 people, let's say 30 people, 12 people move out, but the people that stayed will be paying for the people that move out and then some. That's the business model. We got to do something about these business models in the U.S. This shit's, yeah, it's no longer just simple capitalism with the baker does this and then and you can afford it or you can't. No, no, these new ways of doing this shit is just shark shit.
The problem,
Neoliberalism
Yeah,
its finest. Yeah.
the problem isn't the capitalism. The problem isn't the business. The problem is that we've lost sight of what these entities are. Capitalism is just a system of exchanges. Businesses are amoral entities. They have no
yes,
concern for people. And this
yeah,
is where you need government to
And
actually do their goddamn
capitalism.
job. And you
Capitalism
need
is
to get on
about profits.
fuckboy Joe to actually
Capitalism.
do something.
Capitalism is about profits. It always has been.
yeah.
Yeah.
The capitalism will always try to maximize its profits.
Yeah, that and that's it. I mean, and when you get to a certain form, and it wasn't even like I see where better use go. A particular form of capitalism is even worse, right? Like the neoliberal form of capitalism is really when you get into like marketize everything. Everything need to be seen through the market lens.
Yep.
And that shit just eats people alive. Obviously, if you're poor, you're already gonna get fucked. But when you have a certain form of oh my god, when you put a price tag on everything, anyone under a certain level, you're priced out of life practically, right? You borderline a zombie, right? It's a way of thinking about it. It's a really fucked way. Yeah.
Well, the thing about capitalism you have to keep in mind is the end goal of capitalism, like BGS just said, is profit. So anything that I can commodify is good. If I could charge
we got about 15 minutes, guys. 15 minutes.
Yeah. Oh, gotcha.
No, we good. No, y'all good. We got about 15 minutes. Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. But to be succinct though, rather, I'm not mad at the mechanism for doing what it is, but you have to realize what is.
Stop lying. You are mad at the
No. Capitalism is going to be capitalism, but government is supposed to be the counterbalance.
It's socialism, sir.
Yeah. Putting in the mechanisms. I see what better you was saying.
I don't got no problem with socialism,
right? I see what better you was coming in. What ended up happening is government capture allowed for capitalism to run wild, and because you didn't have a counterbalance embarrassing the U.S. like the Soviet Union or whatever. So with neoliberalism and then the Soviet Union falling, so it's like, oh nigga, we won. Oh shit, all right. So full steam ahead this way.
At this point, capitalism is running out of road and running out of cans to kick, and this is their only way out.
That's one way to say it.
Well, economic.
Ain't no more hands to pass the potato to.
No, there is not. Well, the potato, there's no more buyers for the potatoes. There's no more buyers for cars. Okay, that's like car sales are down. Can't afford.
Yeah. But remember that happened before COVID. So car sales were down before COVID. They spiked because of a lack of production, and then now they're just coming back down to what they were before COVID. Because y'all know I'm a car enthusiast, so I was watching all those the videos and reading the articles of young people not buying cars, and first of all we fucking couldn't afford it, right? So there's that. And then obviously all the ride sharing stuff and young people waiting way later to get their license if ever, and all of that, right? So So you add all that together, and once again the spike during COVID, obviously a little bit after, but all it's just coming back down to what it was pre-COVID.
We'll see, because they're not seeing it. In fact, they're repoing cars left and right.
Yeah. BGS, how long were we going to be able to afford $750,000? Excuse me, I said that wrong. $750 average car monthly payments. That's the average monthly car payment right now is $750.
Yeah, you can't.
Fuck that.
You can't. We can't without raising wages, and then you get a spiral, right? Where you have to raise wages, and then when you raise wages, you have to raise prices. So you get locked into that loop. Okay? Yeah. You don't want to get into that loop because you turn into Weimar Germany real quick.
Yeah. Go ahead, Lou, because I know you came up. You want to say something?
Yeah, you're right, BGS. Guess what?
What?
Today they announced they eliminated 3 major bus lines that's operated by a bus company, independent bus company here in our city, and they're citing fuel costs and everything.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right?
Coming apart one piece at a time, but
BGS sound like, all right now.
yeah, it is what it is. Basically, I have nothing to say, man. I've talked to myself to blue in the face, and basically, Negroes don't believe fat meat is greasy until they slip. So
Yeah.
But
now you see it.
don't worry, BGS. In 2024, I will UPS you some brioche bread in a regular.
Thank God for small wonders, man.
Well, wasn't it UPS that just got that super raise?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Shout out to all
170
you
total comp.
UPS guys. I will be lurking in the bushes. I'm robbing y'all asses one by one for that raise money.
So they had
Shout out to the union.
No, they had the nation. They had the nation over a barrel, and they knew it.
Yeah.
Because if UPS goes on strike, all your online sales will collapse. And
they're the worldwide logistics service.
Yeah, and you don't have enough brick and mortar stores to actually make up for that.
Hey, UPS said two can play that game.
They had you by the balls to give us what we want.
Yeah. Shoot, the auto workers are about to try it now too.
Hey, UPS said, "What we look like Amazon workers? Shit."
Auto workers sell products. They sell consumables, right?
Yeah.
But the thing is, you got to remember this: UPS is infrastructure, and basically, but this modern post-COVID basically sales arena, right, depends on deliveries. Okay. Basically, UPS is like 35% of your deliveries, or moving stuff from one person to the next, right? Amazon, United Post Office, Federal Express, all these people use UPS. If they go on strike, basically all of your whole transportation thing freezes up solid. Okay.
Look at the airplanes alone.
Yeah.
Real quick, y'all. Let me because we got about 10 minutes, so I want to ask this question, and we can round out by answering this question in and out. So Spademan asks, was all of this inevitable given our monetary system? And so we'll start off with Better You, Lou, and then BGS closing out. Go ahead, Better You.
I would say hell no. We've made a lot of bets and we've made a lot of choices that harm people as a country, and this is just those choices coming home to roost. Like, we've been kicking the can down the road for a very long time. And unfortunately, with a lot of things, I say our generation, I think you're a little bit older than me, Z, but we millennials, we're the ones that's kind of, we got to bite the curb on it.
Us and the older Z's, shout out to you Z's. You thought you were safe. Welcome to hell. Go ahead.
The Z's they won't be able to. It's gonna last a long time, man. It's not gonna be over that quick. So the Z's are already biting.
Yeah. It's I'll put it like this: we can do things as a nation to get back to a more equitable and prosperous.
Sound like a commie right now. Better You? I'm playing with you. Go ahead.
But
I agree with you, by the way.
No, real talk. It's gonna take some hard decisions, and it's gonna take political pressure, and kind of to what BGS is saying. It's gonna take some people being real rowdy, protesting, and honestly, in my opinion, tear some shit up too.
Yeah,
we'll see.
Yeah,
but basically, okay, this is the problem, man, and this is something that's always
wait. Better You, wait. I mean, I said Better You. Wait, BGS, wait. Let Lou go. We'll end down on your comment. Right, go ahead, Lou.
Well, I mean, the system. I think the system has run its course. I mean, capitalism is predatory by nature, and there's no more blood to suck.
True.
Because the bodies
can't take blood out of a rock.
Fat enough. Yeah, they can't get fat enough. You got to have the body healthy to suck blood out of it.
Yeah.
Like BGS said, everything is stagnant, but they're devouring more and more. It's nothing but bones right now.
With no bone marrow. Go ahead.
Yeah. I mean, it is what it is.
Hey,
I mean, it's interesting times to be alive.
Yes, it is.
What they say, I wish you not live in interesting times.
Yeah, may you live in interesting times.
Yeah, no, it'd be the worst.
I've been getting myself back in shape just in case I get called back up. Like
Oh
I
man.
told BGS, no, like I had told you a couple 6 months ago, 5 of my
Yeah.
friends got recalled back into the Marine
Oh, really?
Corps.
Really?
Yeah.
No, shit's real.
So
It's real. Yeah, it is.
I mean, I was in MOSs that's very
Yeah.
important, but
Hmm.
it is what it is.
Yeah.
Like what you say, pray to your God of understanding.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, Lou.
I rest my mic.
All right. Big Kev, go ahead. Big Kev trying to be fashionably late like a diva. Put it up last minute. I've done this before. I'm talking so much shit right now. I did this to BGS a few months ago. And go ahead, Big Kev, and then BGS.
Hey, what's up, Mr. Z?
What's up?
What's up, everybody?
Hey.
Pretty much. What I see on this is this. It's like, how can I put it like this? There is no magical silver bullet to all this. All right, there's no one. I know a lot of people try to make it seem like, oh man, if we just do this one thing, man, if we all become neoliberal, or if we all become socialist, or if we all do this or that, everything would be better. I'm like, there's no silver bullet. There's no magical. There's no magic bullet to this, and I think that type of thinking is part of the problem. That's going to actually make the shit worse. Because it's like you're going to have people looking and praying and hoping for a savior instead of looking for practical ways to solve their problems. Because they're going to teach people to be complacent. Or that you either teach them to be complacent or you teach them to be like delusional. And I think that actually ironically does more harm in the end. So
yeah.
That's just my perspective on things.
What did you say about lifestyle branding again? No, I'm playing. Go ahead. No, serious. No, the delusional part, that's the first thing that comes to my mind whenever we think about it. Just like selling people on lifestyle and just some not go to school, get your education or work on your trade and your craft uplift, but like magical thinking, like lottery thinking, like invest 2 cents into cryptocurrency and then you're gonna be a millionaire tomorrow type shit, like that weird type of shit, right? But thanks for that, Big Kev. All right, BGS, now it's your turn.
Now it's my turn, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, basically, man, as they said in the margin call, right? As of today, the party's over, right? Okay, you're gonna have to get used to a lower standard of living, and it's coming. Okay,
I agree. I actually agree with that.
And basically, the party that the U.S. has been riding on for the last 80 years, that is probably over. Okay, and you're gonna have to, unfortunately, you guys will have to catch the fallout.
Okay. Let me pause you right here, BGS and Passport OG, and this is why I compared what we're going through now to Japan. And shout out to you, Passport OG. Reviewed something I said last week, because I was Black Manosphere Show of the Week, and he took the clips of me reviewing this a video essay speaking about why we kill gods in JRPGs. JRPGs are Japanese role playing games, and I kind of broke down and gave my opinion. And spoke about like the 30-year kind of stagnation that Japan has been going through, and I was saying like, I think we're about to go through that, or we're in the midst of going through that right now, right? So
I wish it was that mild. Okay,
yeah,
you do.
So when you're saying like we might have to readjust, and this is the way I'm reading it, right? We might have to readjust the way we see progress, the way we see like you're gonna do better than your parents, you're going to have more, you're good, like maybe not, right? Maybe not. And
they will talk about global rebalancing, man, back in 2011, right?
Listen to that euphemistic fucking dribble. Go ahead.
No, what it was is a global rebalancing. In other words, basically the wages of the rest of the world will catch up, and so will the lifestyles, right? So in other words, there's got to be some kind of happy medium. Our lifestyle will have to go down; theirs will have to go up. And the thing is, how far will our lifestyle have to go down? We don't know.
I don't know. I mean, I think Black people are going to feel the pinch. I'm not saying we're not. I don't. I'm not fearful of our response as much, although I do think there's going to be a whole lot of black women screaming and some brothers. Let's be honest. White folks though, shit.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Y'all
point,
be careful out there. I'm just saying.
It's at some point at some point the government will not be able to do anything about it.
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all remember. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I don't know if y'all remember, but we were talking about this probably about 4 or 5 months ago, and I was saying that this exact same thing. That I agree with what you're saying, BGS. But if we fall too much, then white folk will act a goddamn fool.
And what is that? And what is that going to get them?
It's gonna end up fueling conflict. It's gonna end up fueling wars.
What is that going to get them?
Hey, they just
throwing a temper tantrum.
They all see this coming. Basically, okay. I'll tell you this, you guys. I'll tell you this. I'll give you guys a little info. Right. Keep an eye on Europe, because Europe's going to go through it first. So wherever Europe goes through, that's what you're going to go through. Okay. They're going to go through it first.
Oh.
As they get cut off, and especially France. Keep an eye on France. Okay. I'll give you that tip.
They're the worst ones, man.
Keep an eye on France. I'm just.
You know what? Y'all know I'm Haitian, right? You know how I feel about this.
They're the worst ones. They trying to be they want to be a superpower, but they can't. They ain't got the resources.
All them fucking former colonizers think that one day they'll be able to resuscitate their glory. Fuck out of here.
It's not about their glory. They have a very, very pragmatic reason for trying to keep their colonies under bay. Is because if their colonies fund their lifestyle. What happens when it goes?
Yeah.
The petrodollar. That's why I was showing people rollover on my Patreon a couple of weeks ago, right? Okay, that they were scared that was going to that the Saudis were actually going to pull their money and it was going to crash the whole system back then, right? So the petrodollar that we depended on for the last 50 years, it's gone. What's going to happen next? We don't know. So what I'm saying is keep an eye on it. For you young folks, man, I'm old, man. At some point, hey, if they cut my years short, they cut my years short. I've lived most of my life. My kids are grown. I got grandkids, stuff like that. But I'm telling you guys, okay, this is not going to be easy, and you're going to have to make the adjustments early, okay, before everybody else panics. Okay, make your adjustments early. I'm telling you, who to keep. I've been saying it for years. Remember I was saying keep an eye on the World Economic Forum.
Yes.
Remember I was telling you to keep an eye on what's going on with the UK. Brexited. Okay, there was a reason they Brexited. Okay, they saw it because they saw this coming. Okay,
they saw the writing on the wall.
And now I'm telling you, I try to hint at what was going on with what's going on in Europe right now and the consequences behind it, especially with the sanctions. Okay, keep an eye on this stuff. Okay, I'm not going to say what to look at on air, but the thing is, keep an eye on this stuff and keep an eye on Europe, especially France and Germany, and keep an eye on what's going on with the BRICS. That's all I'll say.
And on that note, real quick, go ahead. I'm about to close up. Go ahead.
I will not let you rest in the afterlife. I already have an altar made with a black Lego Jedi man. I got a
no, screw that. Hey, Lou, we about to do him like they did Tupac with the hologram.
Yeah,
we're about to do it like they did Pac with the hologram.
Bowl of water with the silver dollars. I'm gonna put some brioche bread there at the altar.
Don't worry, hey, I'm gonna go call up my cousins that do the voodoo shit, and we gotta make sure we have we gonna bring them back. Don't worry about it. We got them. We're gonna bring them back. We're gonna bring them back. Right? Don't worry. I think he going to the afterlife. Oh no!
A little 151 rum and a cigar, huh?
Right.
This is our.
See how smooth he did it too.
This is our Papa Legba.
Right. So on that note, we will pause right here.
All right.
Love, peace, and chicken grease. Y'all have a great rest of y'all night. Y'all go check out other Black Manosphere content, other non-Manosphere content. I think AB is streaming right now, so y'all go check out AB 83 Media, AB Media 83, and on that note, Mr. Z out. All right, everybody. Y'all have a great rest of y'all night. Great conversation. And last thing, Godnocracy. Right.
All right, y'all.
All right.